Chosen one, there is a shift happening around you that cannot be ignored, a quiet unveiling that your spirit has already begun to recognize before your mind could fully understand it. You have felt it in subtle discomfort, in moments of silence that suddenly felt louder than noise, in instincts that refused to be silenced. What you are witnessing is not confusion, it is clarity in motion. God is pulling back the curtain, revealing what was hidden in plain sight, and bringing truth into the light where it can no longer pretend to be something it is not. Chosen one, the truth about Jay is not being revealed to break you, it is being revealed to free you. There were things you overlooked, not because you were blind, but because your heart was open. You gave the benefit of the doubt, you chose patience over suspicion, and you believed in the good even when subtle signs suggested otherwise. But now, those signs are no longer subtle. They are becoming undeniable, impossible to ignore, and deeply felt within your spirit. You may have noticed the inconsistencies. Words that once felt warm now carry a different energy. Actions that seemed supportive now feel misaligned. There is a disconnection between what is said and what is truly meant. This is not your imagination. This is discernment awakening within you. God is sharpening your awareness so that you can see beyond appearances and recognize intentions for what they truly are. Chosen one, understand this clearly. When God begins to expose someone's true intentions, it is not random and it is never premature. It happens at the exact moment you are strong enough to handle the truth. Before this, you may have questioned yourself, doubted your instincts, or even silenced your inner voice to maintain peace. But now, peace is no longer found in silence. Peace is found in truth. There is a reason you feel a shift in your energy when you are around Jay, or when you think about them. Your spirit is responding to what your eyes could not yet confirm. Energy does not lie. It reveals what words try to hide, and what you are feeling is the misalignment between who they present themselves to be and who they truly are beneath the surface. Chosen one, this is the moment where many people would choose denial. It is easier to hold on to the version of someone that felt safe rather than accept the version that feels uncertain. But you are not like many people. You are chosen to see clearly, even when the truth is uncomfortable, especially when the truth is uncomfortable. God is not exposing Jay to create chaos in your life. God is exposing Jay to remove confusion from your life. There is a difference. Chaos is what happens when truth is resisted. Clarity is what happens when truth is accepted. And right now, you are standing at that crossroads between resistance and acceptance. Think back to the moments when something felt off, but you pushed it aside. The times when your intuition whispered, but you chose logic to explain it away. The instances where your spirit tightened, but you convinced yourself to relax. Those moments were not mistakes. They were early warnings. And now those warnings are becoming revelations. Chosen one, you are not losing anything real. You are losing an illusion that once felt real. That is why it feels heavy. That is why it feels confusing. Because what you believed is now being replaced by what actually is. And that transition is never easy. But it is always necessary. There is a deeper layer to this exposure that you must understand. It is not just about Jay, it is about you. It is about your growth, your elevation, your ability to discern truth from deception. God is preparing you for a higher level of awareness, and that requires the removal of anything that cannot exist in truth. Jay may not even fully understand their own intentions. Sometimes people operate from patterns, insecurities, or hidden motives that they themselves have not confronted. But regardless of their awareness, the effect on you is real, And God is not going to allow you to remain in an environment where your spirit is compromised. Chosen one, you may feel a mixture of emotions right now. Confusion, disappointment, even a sense of betrayal. These emotions are valid, but they are not meant to control you. They are meant to guide you. Each emotion is pointing you toward a deeper truth, urging you to see clearly and act accordingly. There is also a part of you that may want to hold on, not because it is right, but because it is familiar. Familiarity can feel like safety, even when it is not. But you must remember, what is familiar is not always what is aligned. And what is aligned will never require you to ignore your intuition. Chosen one, this is where your strength is being tested. Not in confrontation, not in reaction, but in recognition. Can you see the truth without needing to argue it? Can you accept what is being revealed without trying to change it? Can you walk in clarity even if it means walking alone for a moment? God is not asking you to fight J. God is asking you to see J. There is power in seeing clearly. There is power in understanding without needing validation. And there is power in choosing your peace over maintaining a connection that no longer aligns with your spirit. The exposure you are witnessing is precise. Every detail, every realization, every shift in perception is intentional. Nothing is being revealed too soon or too late. It is happening exactly when it needs to happen for your highest growth. Chosen one, you are being elevated to a place where truth is non-negotiable, where energy matters more than words, where alignment matters more than attachment. And in this place, anything that carries hidden intentions cannot remain hidden for long. You may start to notice more. Things you once overlooked will now stand out. Patterns will become clear. Motives will reveal themselves without effort. This is not coincidence. This is your awareness expanding. And as your awareness expands, your tolerance for misalignment decreases. What you once accepted, you will no longer tolerate. What you once ignored, you will now address internally. This is growth. This is transformation. This is what it means to step into your higher self. Chosen one, do not rush to react. There is no need for dramatic confrontation or immediate decisions. Let the truth settle within you. Let your understanding deepen. Let your clarity become stable before you take any outward action. Because this is not about proving anything to J. This is about aligning yourself with truth. And alignment does not require explanation. It requires awareness and choice. There is a quiet power in knowing. A calm strength that comes from seeing things as they are without needing to control them. That is where you are being guided right now, into a space where your peace is rooted in truth, not in illusion. Chosen one, God is showing you what you need to see so that you can move forward without confusion. Not backward into comfort, not sideways into distraction, but forward into clarity. And that path requires you to trust what is being revealed, even if it challenges what you once believed. You are not alone in this process. Even when it feels isolating, even when it feels like no one else understands, there is a higher guidance leading you through this. Every realization is a step forward. Every moment of clarity is a piece of your freedom returning to you. And as this continues, you will begin to feel a shift within yourself, a quiet detachment, not from emotion, but from illusion, a deeper connection, not to others, but to truth, a stronger sense of self, not built on validation, but on awareness. Chosen one, this is only the beginning of what is being revealed to you. Chosen one, what is unfolding now will go deeper than you initially expected. Because once truth begins to reveal itself, it does not stop at the surface. It moves layer by layer, exposing not only actions but intentions, patterns, and hidden motives that were once concealed beneath carefully constructed appearances. You are being allowed to see beyond behavior and into the core of what drives it, and that level of vision changes everything. There were moments when Jay seemed genuine, moments that made you feel seen, understood, or even valued. Those moments were not necessarily false, but they were incomplete. What you are discovering now is the full picture, the parts that were not shown, the intentions that were not spoken, the energy that did not match the words. And when the full picture comes into view, it can feel overwhelming because it challenges everything you thought you understood. Chosen one, do not mistake this exposure as a sudden change in Jay. This is not something new being created. This is something that has always been there, now being revealed. The difference is not in them, it is in your awareness. You are now able to perceive what you could not perceive before, and that shift in perception is powerful. There is a reason why God allows truth to unfold gradually instead of all at once. If everything were revealed at once, it would be too heavy to process. But step by step, realization by realization, you are being guided into clarity in a way that strengthens you instead of overwhelming you completely. Even if it feels intense, it is still measured, still intentional, still within your capacity to understand. Chosen one, you may begin to see patterns that repeat. Words that once felt harmless may now reveal subtle manipulation. Actions that once seemed caring may now appear conditional. You may notice that certain behaviors only appear when it benefits them, and disappear when it requires genuine effort or sincerity. These patterns are not coincidences. They are indicators of intention. And intention is everything, because intentions reveal what someone is truly aligned with, regardless of how they present themselves. A person can say all the right things, but if their intentions are misaligned, it will eventually show. And that is exactly what is happening now. What was hidden behind words is now being uncovered through patterns. Chosen one, you are being taught one of the most important lessons of your journey, to trust what is consistent over what is convincing. Words can convince, but patterns reveal, and once you see the patterns clearly, you cannot unsee them. There may also be moments where Jay senses this shift within you. When your energy changes, when your responses become more reserved, when your awareness becomes more present, they may react. Not always directly, not always obviously, but in subtle ways. Sometimes people respond to being seen by trying to regain control, by adjusting their behavior temporarily, or by creating confusion to distract from what is being revealed. Be aware of this, chosen one. Not to become fearful, but to remain grounded. Because when truth is exposed, there is often an attempt to cover it again. But what has been revealed to you is not meant to be covered again. It is meant to guide you forward. You do not need to prove what you see. You do not need validation from others to confirm your understanding. What you feel, what you observe, what you recognize within your spirit is enough. Your discernment is not accidental. It is being sharpened for a reason. Chosen one. There is also a deeper emotional layer that may surface during this time. You may begin to question why you allowed certain things, why you didn't see it sooner, why you gave so much of your energy. But do not turn this into self-blame. You responded based on the level of awareness you had at the time. And now that your awareness has grown, your response will change naturally. Growth always changes your response. You will not react the same way. You will not tolerate the same things. You will not ignore the same signs. That is not loss, that is evolution. Chosen one, there is a quiet detachment forming within you, and it may feel unfamiliar. You may notice that you are not as emotionally reactive as before. Things that once would have affected you deeply now feel distant. This is not because you no longer care. It is because you are no longer attached to the illusion. Detachment is not coldness. It is clarity without emotional entanglement. It is the ability to see without being pulled into what you see, and this is where your strength is increasing. As this continues, you may feel guided to create distance, whether physically, emotionally, or energetically. This is not avoidance. This is alignment. When something no longer resonates with your truth, distance becomes necessary for your peace. Chosen one, you are not meant to carry relationships that require you to ignore your inner voice. You are not meant to maintain connections that create internal conflict. Peace does not come from holding on. Peace comes from alignment, and alignment often requires release. This does not mean you have to make sudden or dramatic decisions. It means you allow your actions to match your understanding. Even small shifts matter. Even subtle boundaries create change. Every step you take toward truth strengthens your position in it. There is also something important you must understand about exposure. It does not always lead to confrontation. Sometimes the purpose of exposure is simply awareness. Not everything needs to be spoken. Not everything needs to be explained. Some things are meant to be understood internally and acted upon quietly. Chosen one, silence can be powerful when it is rooted in clarity. Not silence from fear, but silence from understanding. When you truly see something for what it is, you no longer feel the need to argue with it. You simply adjust your position. And that adjustment is where your power lies. They may continue to act in ways that reflect their intentions, whether consciously or unconsciously, but your focus is not on changing them. Your focus is on staying aligned with what you now know. Because once truth is revealed, responsibility shifts to you. You now have the responsibility to honor what you see, to not ignore it, to not excuse it, to not minimize it, but to recognize it fully and allow it to guide your choices. Chosen one, there is a level of freedom that comes with this awareness, even if it does not feel like it yet. Because when you are no longer operating under illusion, you are no longer controlled by it. You are no longer influenced by what is not real. You begin to move with intention instead of reaction. And that changes everything. You will start to feel more grounded within yourself, more certain in your decisions, more aware of your energy and where you place it. This is not coincidence. This is the result of truth taking its place within you. Chosen one, you are being prepared for connections that are rooted in authenticity, not hidden intentions. But before those connections can enter your life, anything that is not aligned with truth must be revealed and released. That is what is happening now. It may feel like something is being taken away, but in reality, something is being cleared. And what is cleared creates space. Space for peace, space for clarity, space for alignment. Do not rush to fill that space. Let it exist. Let it breathe. Let yourself adjust to this new level of awareness, without immediately trying to replace what was there before. Because this is a transition, and transitions require patience. Chosen one, there will come a moment where everything you are sensing now will feel undeniable. A moment where clarity becomes so strong that doubt can no longer exist beside it. When that moment comes, your path forward will feel natural, not forced. You will know what to do, not because someone told you, but because your understanding has reached a point of certainty. Until then, continue observing. Continue listening to your intuition. Continue allowing truth to reveal itself without resistance. Because what is being shown to you is not random. It is necessary. And as this revelation continues, you will begin to notice something even deeper, something beyond J, something within yourself that is also being transformed at the same time. Chosen one, As this final layer of awareness settles into your spirit, you begin to realize something profound that was never truly about Jay alone, but about the refinement of your perception, your boundaries, and your understanding of truth itself. What God has been doing through this exposure is not just revealing another person, but reshaping how you see every connection moving forward. This is a turning point where emotional confusion is being replaced by spiritual clarity, and that shift is permanent once it takes root within you. You may notice now that the emotional pull you once felt is weakening, not disappearing in a dramatic way, but gently losing its grip on your inner world. That is because truth does not compete with illusion, it replaces it. And as truth becomes stronger within you, anything built on misalignment naturally begins to lose its influence over your spirit. This is not something you are forcing. It is something that is happening because your awareness has matured. Chosen one, you are entering a phase where emotional attachment will no longer override spiritual discernment. In the past, feelings may have led the way even when your intuition disagreed. But now, your intuition is beginning to take its rightful place as your guiding force. This is not detachment from life. It is alignment with truth. And alignment always brings peace, even when the truth itself is uncomfortable. There is also a deeper understanding forming within you now. Not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay, and not every connection carries the same level of purpose. Some are meant to awaken you. Some are meant to test you, and some are meant to teach you discernment. Jay's presence in your journey has served a role, and that role is now reaching its completion. What remains is your awareness of what has been learned, not attachment to what is fading. Chosen one, God is not removing something from you without intention. What is being cleared is creating space for something that does not require confusion, second guessing, or emotional instability. You are being guided toward connections that feel steady, honest, and energetically aligned without effort or explanation. But before those connections can fully enter, your field must be cleared of anything that distorts your perception. This is why clarity has come so strongly, not to disturb you, but to prepare you. Now you are beginning to see that peace was never meant to come from holding on to uncertainty. Peace comes from truth, even when truth requires release. And in this moment, your spirit is learning to choose peace over attachment, awareness over illusion, and alignment over emotional dependency. Chosen one, this is where the speech settles into its final understanding for now. What you are witnessing is divine alignment unfolding through clarity. Nothing is random, nothing is wasted, and nothing is being revealed without purpose. You are being elevated beyond confusion into a state where truth is enough on its own. And as you continue forward from here, you will carry this clarity with you quietly, strongly, and without needing validation from anything or anyone outside of yourself.